freaking number. Alright, Carol. Well, stream, it finally happened. Kara died. No. Scarlet Widow, don't tell anybody Kara died.
I don't think anybody's here except me.
I don't know. I don't think you were actually first there, Chris.
Yeah, I was here first, Chris. Sorry, man.
Oh, no.
I know we're in competition for his attention.
He just handed it to you.
I know.
Today's the day that we say we're going to finish all the models we need to finish for January and then fall very short of. Because that's what we do here.
There's a lot of January left. Only like the 11th.
Hey guys, I broke my promise.
And he didn't tell me until the liquor store was closed.
Chris. In shame, I'm gonna commit Sudoku. I'm gonna do a word puzzle. Or number puzzle.
You should do Wordle.
I used to. There was one thing that Leslie could do to emotionally hurt me.
It was
It was play Scrabble. She would annihilate me.
Well, I don't think you would have that problem with me.
I might be a good entertainer, but I am actually linguistically challenged. No shame in our game, I'm gonna do a Sudoku. Chris, a Sudoku. It's where one...
What did you register today, Chris? For Adepticon?
Yeah, what event did you go for? Did you get the Bushido event? Yeah, you're probably good at that. Just Sudoku? I don't know about that. He did register for something. Did you register for an actual event? Yeah, you did all the Bushido stuff. Okay. I have a feeling Tizzy's going to make an appearance today, just because today's the day. I got everything I wanted, which is cool. You got all the Bushidos, or all the Blood and Plunder stuff.
There were so many different options on different days that I felt like it was well balanced.
Yeah. I think it's so you can play in their area. I'll be honest, I don't think there's really anybody there to reinforce the free play thing. I also saw that Bushido free play, and I was like, I don't know how legit that is, but okay.
They had just like a basic free play, like bring whatever you want.
There's a part of the con hall you just go to, and there's tables that they just let you play whatever, as long as you kind of keep the turn. It's mostly there for 40K.
It was all free, so I was like, why would anybody register?
But I guess if you wanted to use the terrain that's specifically brought by like the company or whatever, then I guess maybe you can pay them. May I have 3 holes in GCT? That's gross. Have some GCT gonna fill one Dr.D, another, and Josh the third. Oh god. This is my first time. Chris, we're supposed to get married. First.
This dog is using his buttons to say he wants to go shopping to buy a toy.
Nice. It's pretty gross, I'm sorry. So for Blood and Plunder, there's a couple narrative events. There's the Treasure Island one. There's the Henry Morgan escaping Lake Maracaibo, which is also called the Battle of the Bar. And they have a bunch of demos for a lot of their games going on. That reminds me, I gotta cancel my hotel. Oh, you're not going, Mr. Negative Charisma? All these people. Charisma, where you been? You always disappear. You're not going to Adepticon? Or as you're supposed to say professionally, you Adepticant? No, I've been home since May, waiting on surgery, and it's still not done. So yeah, I remember us talking about that. Yeah, no progress yet. Because I think last we were talking, you were in line for like an MRI or something. Don't want to go, not knowing if I'll be able to walk. Yeah, that's fair. Which one did you sign up for? You signed up for Treasure Island?
And one other one.
Mike, thank you for the resub. 20 bucks, that's crazy.
I signed up for Treasure Island on the 26th in the afternoon, and King of the Shipwreck on the 28th.
Because you wanted to do that one with me.
I did.
We did that one
Together, yeah. But I couldn't get the Treasure Island with you. It was already closed.
You could always, well, you always do it, Jen. You just go. And you're like, hey, if nobody shows up, can I play? There's free. I did the game. Okay.
And I got the basic badge and a t-shirt.
The red on this is hot. Thank you, Charisma. That means a lot from you, especially. Yeah, thank you. I finally think I figured out how I want my reds to look, and it's been pretty day and night difference. 20 months, show me your kidneys, and do you keep them in an unsecure area when you sleep? My kidneys? I put those inside my bone.
Well, it's not necessarily secure.
I mean, when I'm sleeping, I sleep on my back. I do that so they don't fall out. Yeah, but Charisma, no progress on your current back situation? Very unsecure. Got it. I mean, Charisma, you can't come to Dr.D and not expect him to talk about X.
Do you want me to turn the heater back on? It's gonna get chilly in here again.
Yeah, you can put it up like mild. No, medium's just too hot. How's your character coming, Mike? You still got what? 3 days? If I hear the lizard thing, it's gotta be Cord. It's Cord.
Hey, Cord. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. I'm leaving.
Bye, guys.
I put my stuff in to whip it out. Hope I can see all my umbilical. Alright.
Not coming back.
Probably not.
But I only asked for music.
You need your kiss?
Got the Civis for MFC today, and well now, I have this audio I am editing.
Music.
Bashing this one model for the hat on it.
Yeah.
The actual model doesn't look that bad at all. So I gotta add an update saying that it actually isn't bad, the cat image just made it look bad. Whoopsie.
Did you guys not hear me before? No. Most of the people hear me. Okay, that's weird. Variants carry on. I also made a 4-color painting website recently, so that was fun. Gives a 4-color palette with painting match. Oh, that's cool. Send me the link on Twitch. Or wherever. Just send me the link and I'll I can post it. Got the civvies for, and well now, I have this audio I am editing where I am bashing this one model for the hat on it. The actual model doesn't look that bad also. I gotta add an update saying it actually isn't bad. Cat image just made it look bad. Whoopsie, we could hear you. Oh, so it didn't look good. Interesting. Which civvy? I'm so disconnected. I don't know what's happening anymore. Looks important. I posted in the New England Cyberpunk Discord at you in it. It looks a little tall, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine, I guess. Just barely on or in a giant head. The actual model looks good. Yeah, no. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, the actual model, yeah, it doesn't look quite as tall, does it? Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's unreasonable, Mike. You can just send it through me on Twitch. Just send me a whisper. Or okay, I can just give you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mike. If you sent, yeah, or whisper one of those. I don't know if you made a comment on it yet, Mike. How's your character going for Great Pirate? You're a military officer? Okay, I got it. Boop. Boop. I will check that out later. That actually looks pretty interesting. That might be a good way for me to... Because every time I ask chat if there's, what colors I should specifically use, they either tell me magenta or just kind of ignore that I asked. So that'll be a good tool.
Give me that gun. You abandoned me! You abandoned my agent! I have cuddled
You got it primed. I mean, probably won't take that long to paint. I mean, you could probably finish it in one day. I mean, he's mostly just like a face, a wig, a coat, and a hat. There's a daily palette challenge that cross-posts the IG, and then you can also generate your own 4-color palettes and filter by the paints you own. That's neat. That is really neat. And it's all local storage at Collect No Data. Oh, sweet! I don't even see a single side ad. No ads. No nothing. Sheesh! That's awesome. Charisma. Well done, man. That's great. I'm assuming you made it more for you and you decided to just share it. Which, that's an honorable profession. I'll just need to download my Subway Surfer extension so Subway Surfer is playing below the site page. Subway Surfer extension? I don't know what that is. And I'm totally okay with saying that. Because it's okay to not know everything. I will let you know, Mike, that I'm keeping score on who wins more of the categories in Great Pirate Paint-Off. If you beat more than me, then we're going to have some words. Maybe you get to own Arachne. Yeah, it's important to me that no data, no ads, nothing from the user is retained. I think that's perfect. That's more than perfectly fair. So the program goes if you spend time put your paint to there and don't export it back. You could lose it, but I think it's. I mean, that's like the least of like the problem somebody can have is like relisting paint. I can think of many worse things to have to do on a daily basis than having to just relist a paint list. What do you mean you won't beat me in any? You do have 10% ownership. But something that happens when you have 50% ownership in a company is you get free... you get the ability to just tell somebody that their, non-51% doesn't matter. That's a shame idea behind what I'm now working on, which is competing summer for Legend Keeper. Oh, so you do this stuff professionally. Well, that's cool. You're using your powers for good. That might be a fun thing to do on the stream, is just do that as a challenge. One-time fee, no online functionality, just if you want online stuff, host it yourself. You paint better than me. If there is a choice between me and you, it should be you. That's not always true. I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you, but I don't know. There's something to be said about composition and color choices. That's why I don't get bent out of shape with painting contests anymore. I think they're stupid. There's just too much. I mean, like a good example was, Everwinter, right? Like, I should have won that. For them to be like, oh yeah, this is paper flag. No, he loses. I'm like, okay. If you say so. I'm using GitHub Actions to do the Instagram posts. Did a couple of days ago. It's all free. No competition against you. I look at your techniques I can use. Only competition I have is to actually paint, trying to get better. I mean, I think you're doing great. I mean, you've definitely improved for sure. Lately, I mean, you've been doing cool things like the sharp edges with like the tape and all that. Like that. I mean, even I would have done that. I guess you guys are getting Dr. Sleepy today. my friend Shannon. She's a network automation engineer. You know, it's funny. Did you meet her through the hobby? Out of curiosity, or did you meet her through work or something? Some of the things I have access to through this hobby are crazy. Just some of the people I've met. You're just like, you know what? I need a lawyer. Oh yeah, that's right. I know like 3 of them. We all play miniatures games. I made a whole database of paints and hex codes, and then I found someone had one on GitHub already. No, not through the hobby. Me, her, and a couple other friends all lived together before. Friends of friends that became friends. Oh, that's so cute. That's effing beautiful, man. Because what, you're married, aren't you? Like you live, I guess I don't really know, right? I think you, for some reason I'm thinking you're married. Like as an example, you know, opened up the new office and all that, and I'm trying to figure out how to decorate it, and I wanted to put like Legos in it because I'm a child. No, that's isn't that John Pizza? John Pizza has the Chinese wife, and I just happen to know somebody through the hobby, someone who works for Lego, or he did. And he got let go, and his discount, when I contacted him, he only had like 1 more day before his discount ended. And so I got the Lego employee discount on like a bunch of different kits. Yeah, Pete has a Chinese wife, Chris has a Vietnamese, I think. Vietnamese. And then other Chris's is Filipino, I think. Yeah. Filipino, I think, is the other Chris's wife. Not technically, but I would be common law married. Yeah, bro, same here. If I went to court, it's more of a just going to the courthouse and doing it right. Yeah, one of those situations. What sets did I get? I got whatever the boat in One Piece is. The second one, the one that I guess like has a roulette wheel or whatever the hell it's called. Oh, she's Taiwanese. Okay, Taiwanese. We got roses, I think. It was a bunch of flowers. I know that. Because I was going to put them around the office since we don't have to water them. And I was like, okay, this might be a good idea. I think I got a hibiscus tree. Yeah, the Going Merry. I got the Japanese red maple. I got the plum blossom, the mini orchard. Oh, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I got. And then I got it like 30% off, which for Legos is saying something. You don't really get Legos at a discount. I think the Rivendell might have been sold. No, the Rivendell's new, right? The Rivendell might not have been out yet. There was one that was out that I really wanted. I think it was the Lighthouse was sold out. I really wanted the Lighthouse. I don't know when this one came out. I don't think Rivendell is out yet. But it does look good. Or if it was out, it wasn't on the website. Yeah, there was a bunch of Batman ones. I wanted like a Batmobile. I think it was sold out. Yeah, it might not have just been on the website he was using then. Because like technically he didn't work for Lego specifically. He worked for a company that was contracted to make the builds for the parks. It was like a specific company. I don't remember what they're called. Yeah, the animated. I really want the animated series Batman one. That one's really cool. I love that show. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good find. That's a good find. There was a couple times I went to stores and stuff. Like I went to Best Buy to pick up a controller so that Karen and I could play Street Fighter in. They had the Tim Burton movies one, I think. The one with the giant fins. Just like ridiculous looking. Supposed to be a scabbard. There's a lot of really cool Legos out right now. Like they've really been on their game. The Barad-dur, I really was, I was partial on that one. I really would have loved to own the Barad-dur. Yeah, now that the business is bought, I've realized that I'm at the income bracket where I don't have the expenses, where I could buy a lot of these things without an issue, and I know I shouldn't. I think to myself, like, okay, I can either get this Lego or I can afford to go to Adepticon or something like that. I had to be really good and stop buying more sets after a few purchases. Yeah, Legos get expensive real fast. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you know, with miniatures games, like, I don't know, I kind of feel the weight of it every time I buy a thing. But, I don't know, maybe it's just the nature of, like, how you enjoy a Lego that makes it like just so much more deceptive, because you're like, oh, you build it and then you're done, you know, it takes like a day, you know, and like, you know, you finish this little like Lego set, and I guess with, you know, the bigger ones you probably do it in, because like when we got the flower, because Cyril gave us one for as a celebration gift for the new office, and it was a flower set, and then me and Kara would just sit down and we would do, because there was usually like more than one of each flower, so it was like whatever, like the foliage, whatever, there'd be like two of them, so we both do one of them. And then when we finished it, you know, every day we would build, like, each of us would build like one of the flowers. And it didn't take us very long. It was mostly just like a little post-dinner thing we would do to hang out. But I feel like with those more expensive ones, you know, it's probably like you build it in like little tiny projects, because it just hits that dopamine part. Like for the Batmobile, it'd be like, oh yeah, today I'm going to build the tires or whatever. And it just feels good, which is why, this is one of those things where I think that's why a lot of hobbyists enjoy building more than they like painting. Because it's easy to get a dopamine rush on building models as opposed to like painting them. Just because building takes significantly less time. The number bags are super nice when I was a boy. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. When they were, yeah, they definitely weren't numbered back then. You just had to open all the bags and be like, oh, I think this is the pile of the stuff I'm supposed to be messing with. Because the amount of those Star Wars ones I used to build back in the day, it was crazy. They didn't have numbers on them or anything. I know, like, when you were a kid, Chris, they probably didn't even really have instructions. Because, like, Kara was telling me, and Kara's probably, like, what, half a generation before you. It's like, I guess Kara's probably one generation ahead of you. You know, she's even saying it's like, yeah, back then she didn't. There were no kits. You just built it. You just like, oh yeah, you know, you went there and you bought certain pieces and you had to build it yourself. You're just like, Jesus. We took the kids to the Lego Land outside of New York City. Naturally, the on-site store has a section to beat the band. Much temptation. Yeah, I bet. Even the Lego store in, I think, Assembly. Okay, so like I said, half a generation. What, generations are what, 10 or 20 years, right? I think a generation's 20 years. Yeah, because even the Lego Land, or it's not even a Lego Land, it's just a Lego store, I guess. Specifically in Assembly. Like, me and Dad and my brother went in there, and I was just like, holy shit, this place is dangerous. There was definitely a couple times where even I was just like, you know, you feel like your hand being pulled, like, you know, by the force to your wallet. You're just like, oh, no! I must resist. What does he say in Little Nicky? Or release the evil. Release the evil. Release the good. Go to that movie theater to then walk out and see Lego. Just walked up 2 stops faster. As soon as you turn around, the store is like looking at you. Like, oh shit, I gotta go. Yeah, the ornithopter. Chris got one. Or I'm sorry, not Chris. Cyril. Cyril has one at his house. It's really cool looking. It looks insanely flimsy. But, yeah, don't make eye contact. I'm just looking at you as you pass. Yeah, the ornithopter's really cool looking. The wing...
It's really nice.
It's really nice. It's really nice. The wings splaying out, it doesn't move as smooth as you think it will. Like, you tried to show it to me, and I was like, dude, that thing's gonna explode. It was, in fact, not really nice. That part anyway. It looked cool, though. Yeah, because they actually just released that. They released the Endurance, I think? The USS Endurance, I think it was? I think they just released that not too long ago. Yeah. yeah. They released the Endurance. Which I'm pretty sure is the ship that got stuck in the Northwest Passage. The wreckage of his most legendary ship, the Endurance, was discovered off the seafloor of the coast of Antarctica. Although the ship remains where it was, the doomed voyage and how it survived, Shackleton's journey, is one of the most amazing stories of human resilience ever. Ever! Yeah, his house is, it's pretty gorgeous. They have the Enterprise. Oh, that's right. They have the River Queen. I forgot about the fucking River Queen. Sorry, anybody who's here for painting, we're getting distracted. Yeah, they got the they got the River Queen. I was like, yo, I want the River Queen. Do like a poker tournament. This little thing. This thing's fucking sick. Fucking sick. Yeah, there's the Enterprise. It's only $400. You know, it's whatever. We saw the pair. We went to the bookstore yesterday where I bought some Napoleon and boat books and stuff. It doesn't actually open up though, does it? Yeah, it's just like it's just an outside diagram of. They got the cat. That's funny. Yeah, just an easy $400. You know, $400. What's that? What's that thing? Oh, that's what they had the Black Pearl. That was the other one. I was like, oh, dude, I'm getting the Black Pearl. That's sick. That's fucking sick. Hey, man, you know that guy that gets eaten by the T-Rex when he's pooping in the Jurassic Park film? Yeah, I'm somewhat aware. I'm not. I'll be honest with you. You guys are never going to believe this. I didn't really care for Jurassic Park because I'm not a dinosaur guy. I watched it and it scared me as a kid. The T-Rex scene, scared me as a kid kind of thing. And then I grew up and it doesn't really scare me anymore, but obviously I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. So there's bits and pieces of that movie I don't remember. I remember the what's the magic word? Guess what? He had a family. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Legos are very expensive. He's one of the. If I ran into a dinosaur in real life, you bet your sweet ass I'd be terrified. Oh, the Death Star's only 1,000. Oh, thank God it's only 999. I'm not spending $1,000 on the Death Star, but 999, dude, no questions asked. Home Alone house. Avengers Tower, that's cool. Yeah, the Titanic. I could definitely do the Black Pearl. That's really cool. Yeah, I got that one. That was all. It was the cheapest ship. I don't know One Piece very well, but I was like, I want boats. Team Spidey boat. I almost got the Arctic Explorer one just because, again, it was a boat. But yeah. If I'm lucky, if I save up my pennies, maybe one day I'll get the Black Pearl, because obviously I really enjoyed those films. It actually comes with the longboat. Oh shit, that's awesome. What's the most expensive set? Probably that. Well, yeah. I doubt they let you search by price. All right, so let's check. Oh, is there actually a game now? Oh, that's cool. I want to get my mom the USS Enterprise. Yeah, I like Star Trek, but I don't know. $400? That's tough. But the saucer comes off. That's cool. A little super glue, and I'm sure you could find one for Plunder Boat. So, funnily enough, I think some people have tried it. I do believe they have tried it. These are also really cool. They have like the I forget what they call it. It's like one of their lines. It's like the city. You can like build their city. Like you buy a bunch of buildings and they all like click together. It's pretty cool. Serial has 2 of them, I think, and they're actually really cool. There's like little stories and stuff in them. It's pretty good. By the way, not sponsored by Lego. By the way, where can we do high to low? I don't know if they have one where you can sort it by price. Titanic. So the most expensive one that we've seen so far is the I don't know if we're gonna go through all these, but was the Death Star, which was $999. Yeah, $999. Van Gogh Starry Night. The X-Men Mansion with Lego Sentinels. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Charisma. City's cool and not IP dependent. Correct. So that's just money to them. The Death Star is the most expensive one. Okay, it is the Death Star. Yeah, it's gotta be the Death Star. There's no way it's not. $1,000. That's brutal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's cool looking. I don't know if I could pay $1,000. Like, how big is that? Okay, so you figure they got the shuttle. Because I used to have that shuttle. I guess the original one. I forget what those are called, but you figure that's the size of the thing. I'm pretty sure the one I had was significantly bigger. Shut off the trash compactor on the detention level. Shut off the trash compactor on the detention level. Okay, so you see, that's for scale. There's a person. You think for $1,000 it'd be a little bit bigger? It's over 9,000. It's kind of lame that it's just a cross section and you don't get the whole thing. That's what I'm saying, right? You get a cross section. Is it literally just like a single sliver, or is the other side of it rounded? No, it's definitely just a flat piece. Shut off the trash compactor on the detention level. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I had of that was significantly bigger. That's the biggest complaint online about it. Yeah, for sure. I can see paying $1,000 for the 2 halves. Sure. Yeah, I don't think that's worth $1,000. I mean, there's a lot of pieces. Don't get me wrong, but okay, so that's over 9,000 pieces.
Everything is good up here. How are you?
Maybe they will release the other the other half for 1,200. Oh god, that T-Rex skeleton looking pretty cool. Okay, so you figure that's 250 for 3,000 pieces. You figure that's a third. I guess that kind of roughly comes out to about the same. Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum. That's amazing. Okay, so you don't have all of the interior of Arkham Asylum, right? But you at least get this, like, the back thing on the cells. Brick. Nope. So yeah, this one is 9,000 pieces. The Goonies. Oh, shit. The Milky Way Galaxy. That's kind of cool looking. Yeah, this is the one I wanted. I wanted Barad-dûr. Oh, it's on back order. I just think it'd be cool for you to come into my office and then on my desk when I finally get a new desk. Just put Barad-dûr. I mean, nobody has any idea. No normal person has any idea what Barad-dûr is, but they'll be like, "Is that the thing from Lord of the Rings?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" The thing that didn't really exist in the books, because I'm pretty sure there wasn't a big floating eye in the books. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in there. I think that was a movie thing. The Death Star only has the 5th most pieces. Okay, see, that's what I'm wondering. Is it specific? It's not piece specific. I mean, some of it's got to be like, you know, them paying for IP stuff. The Krusty Burger. Oh, man. I like the Vincent Van Gogh ones. Those are cool. A vending machine. You're telling me I spent my money on a machine? That's 5,000 pieces. Hogsmeade, that's kind of cool. A Nike Dunk trick shot. That's rough. That's rough. Everyone is awesome. Everybody's cool when you're part of a team. Anyway, but yeah, you respect the Eye of Sauron. Dude, I love the Eye of Sauron. I just don't think it was in the book. This is an outrage. Anyway, that was a nice distraction. But anyway, yeah, so the point of this whole conversation is you guys should get me a Barad-dûr. And I'll put it on my desk so that when patients sit down for an exam, they'll see this giant red eyeball staring at them. Oh, hey, instead of buying a used car for my son, I'm just going to buy this. Oh, man. Son, we both know you're not going to college. So I bought a Lego. For me. I mean, let's face it. You're an idiot. You're just a moron. You're not going to college. Anyway, good talk. I'm gonna go build my fucking sweet ass Lego set. You could buy a used car for that money. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Yeah, used cars cost you at least like $5,000 these days. Link didn't go through, but it was a sold eBay listing for a $3,500 set of 4 minifigs. Oh, dude, you talk about the Royal Guards? I have those. I have the originals. Yeah, I used to get. I had the original Millennium Falcon, and I played with it. Like, I have missing pieces because I used it all the time. The landing, not gears, but the landing legs. Dude, those things are like, they were terrible. It was like literally the same Lego they would use for. It would be the same Lego they use for tables, like in like a cantina or whatever. It's the exact same piece, and you just stuck it onto the bottom in no specific spot. There was no marked area. You just had 4 of them. You just put them on the bottom. So I always took them off because I was like, these are stupid. I'm just like, whatever, put them somewhere. Who knows where the hell they are? And I always used to play, sell them on Bay, more backlog. Yeah, great idea. I mean, my dad has all these Legos. I think they're like in a box or some shit down south. I should get my Legos. Okay, guys, I'm going to see. Yeah, people here may or may not know. This next weekend, I won't be here because I'm going to my high school reunion, and I'm going to go see my dad. I'm gonna see if I can get my old Legos. That's quite the opportunity. I'm going to tell him right now before I forget. Hey, Dad, where are my old Legos? Can I bring them back with me so I can decorate my office with them? The flex! Ugh. You should sell them by a sick girl. I don't think my Millennium Falcon would actually sell for all that much, just because I'm pretty sure it has missing pieces and it's not in the box. I could probably sell it for like a couple $100, but I mean, I'm not gonna. Link didn't go through, but it was an sold eBay listing. Vader and those red guards. Yeah, the Royal Guards. Yeah, and their old weapons used to just literally be like a spear. It was just a black spear. I remember them. Yeah, because they were a part of that same shuttle. They were part of that shuttle set because you got Emperor Palpatine in it. I don't know if that was the first set that had Emperor Palpatine, but I know it was one of the first ones. I am gonna wear a suit. I am gonna show up to my high school reunion in a fucking suit. You wanna know why? Because I own a suit. I want the pin. My dad's currently at the biggest coin convention in the United States. My dad is obsessed with buying silver. I'm like, okay, Dad. Silver did just have an increase. I'm aware before everybody jumps on me. I understand. My dad has made money off of it. But it should be said, when I was growing up painting models, I never talked with it. I never talked to my dad about it because I know he didn't care. But now that my dad has a hobby in collecting silver coins, he never shuts up about it. He's like, Dylan, you're not going to believe this. I bought another $5,000 worth of silver coins and it just went up to $80. Okay, Dad. I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm super happy to hear it, Dad. New mastic fat. Goddamn right about that. Oh, he's responding. We're about to find out about some Legos. We still have them. May have to build everything.
I sold your Legos to buy more silver coins.
No, he said he had them, but I'd have to rebuild them. He kept wanting to give them to my younger brother, and I was like, don't give him to my younger brother. He's going to tear them apart. And he gave them to my younger brother, and guess what he did? He tore them apart. Because I always used to play with my Legos in my grandparents' house. They had a bed with a water bed, or they had a room with a water bed, and I would play in that room all day with my Legos. I'd be in there all day, flying my little things around, coming up with little stories. They're like, these like Jedi and Sith fights and stuff. Man, I was in there a long time. Oh no! As long as he has all the pieces, like you know how kids are. Like if we're on a water bed, I mean, where the hell did all the pieces go? You never know. I kept track of my stuff. My brother's not quite as I'm just gonna say he's not quite as diligent as I was as a young, seemingly autistic child. It's fun. I don't care. It's fine. If he doesn't have them all, it's what. It's not a big deal. But I'll kill him. Cask of Amontillado, except you make him a coffin. Legos. That'd be quite fitting. Come on, hands, please. Like, I don't have any problems with my brother, but I'll be honest, like, we were raised at different times, and like, there was a long period of, like, I just didn't know him. Like, I was going to school, I was going to college and stuff, and there was definitely an age where I was like, I just never saw him. I do keep all the instructions in a big box, so in theory, you have those old sets. I think we have the opportunity for some teamwork here. I mean, I'm sure I could look it up online. I mean, I can only imagine somebody's posted, some kind of scan of the previous sets, like instructions. I'm sure there's like a Reddit page where that stuff is like meticulously calculated. There's just a lot. I don't know. It's cool. There's just a lot of cool opportunities. Yeah, and I'm sure if I'm missing something, yeah, I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm sure if you wanted to, you could probably just build the old sets. It would just cost like a ton of money because you'd have to buy, the individual pieces. Yeah, funny enough, like way back when, my favorite set that I owned was the old, the castle. I remember that one, and go figure. I had knights and stuff like that. It was like medieval. It wasn't really like fantasy. I didn't have elves or anything, because that's just who I was. Because I loved history even back then. And when I was playing with it one day, it was up on the headboard of that waterbed, and there was like a moat. Let me look it up. It's very imperative to this story. It's very imperative. Yeah, here it is. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's bringing back some memories. So I had this one. I remember that night. I remember. Because I had the king. Yeah, that's right. I remember all this. And it was like the set that had these like the really cool broadswords. These right here. It like actually looked like a broadsword. I was like, this is so cool. It had a little like catapult, like a little trebuchet catapult thing up here. Yeah, I remember this set well. I loved this thing. Yeah, and the bull shields and stuff. I have no idea what this was based on. Just the fact that, you had like this Lionheart guy, and then you had like, I don't know, like the barbarians. Whatever. And the men-at-arms, I remember the pot helmets. I remember those so well. And unfortunately, and so the drawbridge, it worked, right? So if you could like push on it, it would come up, right? And I don't think it had a locking mechanism, but it would. Dr.D. Fred is in the house drawing Pokemon. It's like a fiend. Hi, Fred. Actually, that's a good question. Who's your favorite Pokemon, Fred? But anyway, so like, I distinctively remember one day, I was pretty young at the time still, and this drawbridge, you could push it, right? You could like see it there, and it comes up, and it would come up to the portcullis. And I remember that I did that once, and there was a spider in the moat. I guess that's what you call it. Technically, it's not a moat because it's like not around it; it's like underneath it. Dude, that's what I'm saying. This thing was insane. It had little flags and stuff. This set was sick. But yeah, I remember booking up, and I saw the spider, and it wasn't alive. It was dead. It was like on its back, and the legs were curled up. He just can't bring himself to pick. Gengar is definitely one of my favorites. Gengar is great. I love Ninetales. Obviously, Ninetales and Vulpix. I'm a big fox guy. And of course, you got classic. Oh, the dog. Growler and oh gosh, what is the evolved form of Growlithe? It's like Starmie. Gotta love Starmie. Starmie's a good choice. But anyway, yeah, there was a spider in the moat, and ever since then, when I saw it, I didn't touch it. I never wanted to move it because I knew there was a dead spider in there. Arcanine, thank you. Nidoking. Nidoking's a good choice too. Yeah, his name King Leo. That's what his name was. Yeah. King Leo. Yeah, now they have they got even fancier ones and stuff now. You know, like that's incredible. That's a Disney castle. That's specifically the Disney castle in Disney World, I believe. I've seen that a couple times. Oh, dude, look how cool that is. Look at the drawbridge. That looks so cool. Austin Powers Lego sets. Let's see. It's funny you said that because there is. I don't know if there's sets. They have a Shagwire. They got his car. That might just be a self-made thing. I'm fat bastard. These don't look official. The scarf. The finger gets stuck in the hallway. Man, we are taking a trip down memory lane. Fred, never get old, man. You know that Dead Batman minis game? I learned they did a friggin' Big Bang Theory model box with all the BBT characters in these these Batman. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was a box set. Do I know it? I play it. I play it, my man. Yeah, I don't know if it's slow. I had Batman over here not too long ago. I might have finally put him. Oh, here it is. Yeah. This is from the set for. I keep wanting to say Pat Benatar. that's definitely not who that is. Pat Bat. What is his name? The last one that just came out, the Batman. They had a starter set that came out just for that. Yeah, the only thing that kept that company even remotely functional was the fact that their sculpts were incredible. And the game is fun. The game is actually a lot of fun. The company Night Models needs to die. It needs to seriously stop being alive so that somebody else can get the IP. Night Models is, they're not just the worst model gaming company out there. They are the worst company I think that has ever existed. Yeah, the game itself is a lot of fun. So I have a drawer. I can see it from here. That is filled with nothing but Batman models, and I have at least a couple trays of Batman models. Because I used to be a really diehard Batman fan. I used to be really DC. MCP, Definitely made me more of a Marvel fanatic, and I'm not a huge fan of the direction that DC's gone. Like, I don't want to say, like, I'm not one to like cry woke or whatever, but there's a lot of stuff they've been doing where you're just like, DC, you need to stop jumping the shark here. Imagine if Atomic Mass got the license for DC and they started pumping out a game like MCP. Yeah, I would play it. I would definitely give it a shot, for sure. You play 2 games of it. I should finish my Mr. Freeze crew. If anybody else had that DC Minis license, it would be great. Fred is putting up whips on his butt against Pokemon. That's cool. We'll check it in a second. Well, me and Kara, we used to play it, oh god, at least one time a week. During the lockdown, I played it online a bunch with my friend Saul. Yeah, we played it quite a bit. I was in the Arkham City Rejects Discord group, and I played online once or twice. I really love my Two-Face crew. MCP with vehicle rules would be sick. The coolest thing about the vehicles are interesting. Not everybody can get them. Like, Batman can get them. And that might be it. I can't think of anybody else who gets vehicles. You know what? As soon as I finish the black on these, we'll do a whip it out. Yeah, the Batman Miniatures game was 100% a serious flop. That should not have happened. That could have been easy money. Because you figure if that game came out before the MCP really took off, or I'm sorry, the MCU took off, so I would probably venture to say that I bet before the MCU really took off, I bet DC was probably bigger than Marvel. I think that might be safe to say, just because they had IPs that people really liked. You know, you had your Superman and your Batman. I mean, Superman and Batman alone, I mean, probably at that time might have been bigger than Marvel. Maybe with the exception of like Spidey. Because I know Marvel was not doing great there for a while. Because I know the first time they were about to go into bankruptcy, Blade saved them. The movie. The first one. With Wesley Snipes. Like, that was the only thing that stopped Marvel from going bankrupt, apparently. But you know what they say. Some MFers just want to be ice skating uphill. Know what I mean? Or what does he say? Some MFers are always trying to skate uphill. I think he says you dig. I think is what he said.
I was gonna say, Fred is like our newest, biggest fan. You know. Chris, I imagine you're enjoying your kid hanging out with you, watching the stream. I could definitely think of worse things. I did announce it earlier, but I did have to break my January model ordering promise. I had to order a model for the Great Pirate Paint-Off because I don't own any oak and iron boats. I did confess to Kara.
Hey, you should paint your Dormammu. Ugh. Okay. Well, give me ideas. What were you thinking? Like, were you thinking any specific colors or any specific kind of like effects? Anything you want it to look like? I'll get a whip it out going. Not sure about armor. Hold on, let me do this real fast. The Pokemon drawings are actually kind of awesome. That's actually really cool. I got a bunch of turbo darks, so I was gonna do the glams, like a green yellow flames, and you're gonna use turbo dorks for that, like the turbo dorks, the metallics. So Cuckoo, let me tell you a weakness of mine. Bring it in close, bud. Bring it in close. I'm gonna tell you something I'm not good at. Okay. I'm not very good with Turbo Dark. Their paints, I don't understand them. They're not something I would ever use. Now, that being said, I do not look down on people that use them. I just know that the way you apply them is very different than regular paints. Some of them are weirdly thin. Yes, a pain in the butthole is definitely a good way to put it. Wow, never do that again. You're weirdly thin. What? You're weirdly thin. What does that mean? Anyway, they're being very rude to me right now. Yeah, the way you apply it makes it. I found dry brushing with them and just doing a few layers gets gets cool results. I mean, I would give it a shot. I do think a colored fire is interesting. I guess in my opinion, if I were to do Dormammu, and I really wanted to put a lot of effect into the fire stuff, I would almost paint the armor like black, kind of like maybe pitch black. So I might, even if it's the satin black, excuse me, the satin black from Procro, where it's like a pretty good dark black that doesn't have any much in the way of blue. That might be a good way to do it because you can kind of compare it to that. I've used this black 4.0, the blackest paint in the universe or whatever, this stuff. It's pretty black. I mean, it's not glossy at all. And I've used it to, I guess you could potentially call it an effect, I guess, on my JSA. I think it looks okay. It's a little hard to highlight because it just doesn't apply like regular acrylic paints. I don't think I know where my JSA are. Otherwise, I would just go get one for you. But, I mean, I would give it a shot if you wanted to go really good if you really wanted to go above and beyond on the magic thing. I would try and keep the rest of it kind of dark. Maybe not muted. I wouldn't necessarily mute it, but I would definitely keep it dark so that the fire stuff has room to really shine, in my opinion. Like, how else do I word it? It's, yeah, I mean, give it a shot. I mean, if you don't like it, then yeah. I would just make sure that when you do the flame, I would do the black first. And then all the fire stuff you could do in the cracks to make it kind of look like it's glowing out of him. Really thin. What does that even mean? What does it mean to be weirdly thin? Anyway, these were pictures that were posted before I guess technically after the last stream, or it was like while before these are the pictures that happened before we did the last Whip It Out. This is Mike. Mike did his Dutch commander for the Great Pirate Paint-Off. Look at this. He's got his other guys in there and everything. Very blue European soldier. Mike, why is he so blue? It's hard to flex if you're skinny. You need to beef up before the reunion. I haven't had. I told myself I was going to go to the gym as much as possible before I went, and it's been tough. I've just been busy painting. Honestly, I've been trying to paint, and get everything done before the Bushido event. But yeah, I think Mike did a really good job here. I like the blue trim. I thought that was a good touch. And the yellow banner looks good. Nice creamy stockings. Yep. I think you did a good job. I'm just trying to get everything done before my deadlines, and so that I might be able to do some of the models people are waiting on me to finish. Because every time I look at models somebody's commissioned for me to do and I'm not working on it, I feel like a scumbag. I thought I was done with Bushido, and then I was like, well, this list is not very good. I better alter it a little. And unfortunately, in that game, as soon as you take out one model, it throws off the rice costs, where you're just like, oh, well, crap, I got to completely rethink like half of this list, because now all of a sudden it's like the numbers don't match. So I had to paint like, what, 3 more models to make up for taking out one? I'm like, yeah, darn it. Anyway, this is the Thief. This is for Relic Knight, I think. Not Relic Blade. It's Relic Blade or Relic Knight. It's one of the two. I don't care. It's fine. You can tell me, and then I'll forget again, as I always do. This is the Thief. Relic Blade. See? It's what I totally said. I totally said those words. I think it looks great. I like the blue. The blue really makes the rest of it like shine. Well, everything. I think everything here serves the blue really well. Okay, just a little bigger. I like the tattoo. And great job on the liquid. Yeah, I think that deserves a specific call out. Liquid looks really good. Is that supposed to be like a dust cloud from her foot? Needed the free input. Yeah, Kara's in the lead. I don't know if you noticed. She's been doing nothing but terrain, and holy crap. I mean, she gamed the system for sure. I'm thinking it's supposed to be like a dust cloud from the foot, you know, like where they're like walking. You know, it's like going with them. In this case, it's coming forward with the foot. They probably did that to increase the amount of like foot connection point, since the other foot's not on the base. So that was nice of him. I think he did it right. I think it looking like a little dust cloud's probably right. Yeah, it's a slot. Okay. Well, yeah, well, even better in that case. Is that what you needed all the 25 mil bases for? That you took out of my bag. Out of my big heavy sack. And then Kara's been working on terrain, which has been pretty in depth. I mean, look at what she's done. This is really cool. She made a little she made a freaking rose garden. Like, look at that. I don't think another tough would hurt. Look at the picture again. Yeah, I mean, sure. I would say, yeah, I don't think another tough could do it. Yeah, Kara's been doing a great job. She did all these little squares. So I have a bunch of these little squares I was going to use for Napoleonic gaming that I just never used because the group I found I wasn't a big fan of. And so I was like, okay, well, I got these. I don't know what to do with them. And so she started buying stuff on like Temu, right? And then built a house flower garden, which I don't know if that would exist in the Caribbean. I don't know if you could technically have like a little flower garden. I'm not sure of the true historical significance of it, but it still looks good. She did a great job. It actually looks like a little garden. And she made a bunch of like little jungle squares that we could put on top of our little like area terrain thing. So yeah, she did a great job. She used a lot of tufts and a lot of these like plants that I was gonna do a big I think the plant's called Felucia, the Star Wars. I was gonna do Sakura's clone Legion. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Which was on well, that's where she died actually, if I remember right. Sakura, where she got shot in the back. And I was gonna do a Felucia themed basing and all that stuff, so I bought like a bunch of like these plants and stuff. And it didn't work out. Doing it was a little too tough. It didn't really work on those bases. They were a little too small. So I have like a ton of this stuff. So I'm glad she's using it. So we'll have a bunch of basing stuff for when we start doing our narratives. But whatever. Yeah, because she went to... That's where she... Because I know in the Clone Wars stuff, she goes around... She pals around with Anakin for a hot minute on that one planet where he gets injured and... the Twi'lek. I can't remember her name. The one everybody loves. Whatever her name is. She has to like come to terms with like about attachment and all that stuff. Even my fanfics. Yeah. Anyway, she goes to that planet. That's where Order 52 happens. She gets killed. Or I'm sorry, Order 66. Sorry, 52. That was 52. Oh, I'm thinking of New 52. 66? Order 66? Whatever, she gets blasted in the back. Sakura's cool, because she was like dark side. She almost went dark side. And then I think Mace Windu saved her. Because like Mace Windu is like a dark side user. Like his saber style uses dark side. Which is just like controlled anger. It's like, guys, just you could be angry, just don't let it consume you. It's not that hard.
I'll take a large 52
Side
side
of
of fries
fries.
and Diet Coke. You know, cause I'm trying to lose
Because I'm
weight.
trying to lose weight. Can I get a large soda, diet? Because I'm trying to lose my... Because I'm trying to watch my weight. Wow, what an awesome Tenacious D reference. Anyway, this is Chris. This is Chris's models. These are Magic Girl Assault Squad things in the background. Who cares about this Infinity crap? Magic Girl Assault Squad. This is where it's at. Look at that. Do you have like Dia... Are they supposed to be like Dia de la Muerta? That's like the theme, right? Is it Dia? Is it Dia? Dia de la Muerta? I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, yeah, his Venture Brothers inspired Sergeant Hatred Bounty Hunter. Looks good. I do like the blue. It looks very Venture Brothers. Yes, the face they have half mask. That's cool. That's pretty cool. And one of his Zons. One of the old Zons. You fixed the H and the V. Excellent. Oh, they're there. Yeah, see, it's easy. You just take the previous color, you just sharpen it up a little bit. It works. It just works. The Zon looks good. I like the lining. That's pretty good. Don't forget to take your medication, Chris. Your pill bottles. Yeah, that looks good. I think that really I think that really came out well. That green works with the blue. The blue is perfect. I see that, and that instantly reads Venture Industries. As soon as I see it, I'm like, yeah, that is exactly what that is. And then the man of the hour, we got I want to make sure, yeah. We got Fred's Pokemon drawings. I admit, I have no idea who this is. My knowledge of Pokemon is not as good as it once was. I know Kanto region, and I know the one that's after that starts with a J. Regirock. I do not know. Okay. Alright, guys. You know what? I'm going to mention something historical, and then as soon as you guys are like, I don't know what that is, about, you don't know what the War of Spirit Succession is? Yeah, and then we'll see who looks like a jerk. It was part of Ruby and Sapphire, best game. I don't think I played Ruby and Sapphire. I went back really briefly. Excuse me, who cares about history? Well, who cares about Pokemon? Yeah, I said it. Iconic. It's all about perspective, Mike, and how sometimes it's a good idea to not judge others based on what they do and don't know. God. I mean, the drawing is really good.
So Jimmy John back in 1802 had this thing about flags.
Jimmy
Resident
John.
sleeper.
Jimmy John? The guy that...
Specs knees nuts.
You talking about the guy that makes sandwiches? Good job, Mike. You got me with that D's nuts. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it reads like a rock monster. That looks great. That looks really good. Big fan. I don't know the name of this one. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one, though. Because I did go back and play one of the Pokemon games on the DS, I think. It was the one that came out where they had 2 new evolutions, where it was one that looked like cream candy. I think her name was like Sylveon. And I think the other one was like the glacial one. I never got the glacial one. Zoroark. Yeah, I couldn't have told you that. Chris knows it. It looks good though. I mean, I know I've seen this one. This one actually looks really good. The black and white is quite spot on. Is he using marker or is he using crayon for this? Fred's feeding me the names. I got nothing. Colored pencil. Okay. No, it looks really good. I'm a big fan. I love the red. The red is like perfect. He uses the negative space on the white really well. I like that. And he drew... You need to tell me, did Fred draw this himself? Like, he didn't trace this, right? That's really cool. It's funny, Chris, you and I are very tied together in many ways compared to these other clown shoes. They're like, I know every single Pokemon, ever since, and then me and you are like thinking about the implication of like, gosh, there's like so many things you could talk about, like, Marlboro's War or something like that. The Franco-Prussian War and the implications for, like, European history from that point forward. Draw from reference, no tracing. He's working on getting proportions right. Well, I think he's got it right. I mean, if you really want to think about that, maybe his little head thing is like a little big on the south side here. But, I mean, that's, like, hardly noticeable. He's 10. No, I mean, he's... he's right now, right? I know what you mean. Sleep. Resident sleeper. You don't care about the implications of the Franco-Prussian War, Wilmar? What's wrong with you? Alright, chat. I have no idea what these are. This looks like an electric type. An electric grass type. More Pokemon drawing stream, man. I'm not an electric type. I'm a psychic. Yeah, I don't know what these are. Is this an electric grass type? Is that what this is? Because it looks like a robot. And then this looks like an ice. It looks like it's some kind of like it looks like swamp thing. Like it looks like Teddy. Mega Abomasnow. Mega Abomasnow. Okay. Well done. He's 10. He's talking about perspective. He's 10 in parentheses. Oh my god. That's amazing. Drawing from reference, no tracing. He's working on getting proportions right. He's 10. He's 10. That's amazing. Listen, I didn't get good at painting until like after I graduated college. He's already pretty good at this. I mean, come on. This is pretty awesome. I don't think anybody here would argue that this is pretty cool. I mean, just this alone. And I think a lot of people might get this right. Like, you might not even think about this, but this is something I see as like an artist. like you see I guess these are like fingers, I guess. Like you see the finger, and he thought of the coloring part, you know, you can see like he erased the line here. Where, you know, it's obvious that the perspective of where the finger is it's in front of the, I'm going to use the word loosely, the wrist. And he like colored it appropriately. That's like actually kind of impressive in my opinion, because I'd be like, oh yeah, you know how young like kids are when they're doing coloring and stuff. They're just like throw color everywhere. But he's got like a legitimate like knowledge of like foreground and like in the background, and that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. Well done, Fred. That's incredible. Yeah, this is great. Great job, Fred. Well done. You've impressed me. Fred, you got to do the Street Fighters. You got to do the Street Fighter characters. I'll hang it up in my office. I'll put it in my tree bedroom. It'll be your first commission. You're drawing Chun-Li? Dude, how big are her thighs? Is it uncomfortably big? By the way, I got this recently. The leverless. You can't really see it because it's like all black, but you can't see the button. Dramatic difference in my input control. Dramatic. I'm starting to actually kind of like learn the combos now because I can actually get my fingers to move properly. I'm excited. Again with the slash. I don't get that. It's the second time you've made that reference. I didn't get it the first time. But I'm stupid. Oh boy. Sorry, my protein shakes, the chai seeds. They get a little thick. I see. I'm sorry. I guess it'd be a chia seed, not a chai. No, sorry. Chai is tea, I think. I do like chai tea, though. Okay, that slash comment makes more sense now. Thank you. Thank you for knowing that I may not know what that is. Oh, so chai tea. Oh, so is chai tea one of those things where it's like actually like people are saying I want chai tea, but they're saying tea. Yeah, it's one of those things. Listen, I just drink it and I just eat it. I don't need to know everything about it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go down there and bring that thing down so I can wash it before it gets stale on the sides. I'm gonna bring back the 2 books I picked up at the bookstore. I'll be right back.
books with only pictures in them. How dare you? So, I'm going on this trip, right, to Florida, and we're driving back. Dad's going to want to drive most of it, so I got some books to read. And I'm reading Chris's The Deluge book, and I realized how much I love reading about history, so I got this Napoleon A Life of book. This thing is significant. It's a significant chungus of a book. It's only probably like 800 pages. Yeah, 800 pages. It's got maps in it. Just that sound right there. Like this, like that deep thunk. Like, yeah, the Deluge. No, not about the Polish people. It's about well, I guess in a lot of ways it does. Interwar politics of Europe right after World War I, leading up into World War II. And then the other one was a book called Armada, which is, I think, one of the most underrated points in human history. This is the book where this is the point in history where the Spanish Armada was going to go to Britain and essentially like burn and pillage England into the dirt, right? To turn it Catholic. And Francis Drake takes the English Armada, which is much smaller than the Spanish one, and they annihilate the Spanish Armada. And that is the point in human history where England, for the most part, is uncontested master of the sea. Where if they bring their whole navy to like a single point, they really can't be stopped. But this is like a super important point in history, because if this didn't happen, I am slowly reading through it, Chris, I promise. I read it every chance I get when I leave the house, but a lot of times I just don't have a lot of time to read. So hopefully I'm going to get a lot of it. If not, I doubt I'm going to finish it over the course of this trip. But Hank Green has an interesting book called Paper Towns. It's about fake towns on maps to catch people who would steal a map and rebrand as their own. That's really good. That's a great book. But anyway, yeah, this I think as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's interesting. And it's got the old-fashioned like Baroque art, because this was like a 1500s thing, and it's got really gorgeous art in it, like historical stuff. Like a more realistic drawing of the battle. Anyway, but super interesting. I'm sure nobody here gives a single rat's crap, but it was one of the most important things that Sir Francis Drake did, and I'm actually a really big fan of Sir Francis Drake. I think he did a lot of really cool things in history. I say human history. I'll be sure to read it and never talk about it, because nobody here cares, except maybe Chris. But at some point, that book is going to be... The thing that happens in that book is going to happen in Blood and Plunder. And I'm excited because I like Sir Francis Drake. Also, another thing that only Chris probably cares about. My mom and I do family history stuff. And apparently, I'm related to Queen Elizabeth, the White Queen, not the Virgin Queen. And I am a descendant of her first son. which was not with the king. His name was Thomas Grey, the first Marquis of Dorset. This guy. I think we look pretty similar. He's a real strapping young lad. What can I say? You know, say the family resemblance is impeccable. I mean, if you so desire, I would say if you didn't, I would send you to the dungeon. But it's up to you, I guess. I am a benevolent god. But what I think matters to you guys is it explains unequivocally my fascination with maps. With maps and flags. Because I feel the need for empire. Oh yeah, I may be related to the guy who beamed Harriet Tubman in the head with a lead weight. Dude, sick. I bet you want to bring that up at every Thanksgiving. I'm sure that's a real popular one. By your pleasure, my lord. Dylan talks about a video on the podcast. It's a rap in the podcast. Thank you for the follow, Iname21. Welcome to the stream. Pull up a seat, hang out. We're talking about family genealogy. We talked about Legos. Who knows what we're going to talk about next? But welcome. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I do, in fact, still talk about Infinity, but not necessarily on the Arachne podcast quite as much anyway. Yeah, you did. We talked about Legos for like a good hour and a half, I think. Well, my ancestors were bog water peasants. Dude, but that's fine. There's gotta be the people at the top, and there's gotta be people who hold up society from the bottom. He doesn't talk in positive. What do you mean I don't talk positively about Infinity? I still love Infinity. I just don't feel the fire to play it. I still think the game is baller. And I actually legitimately feel bad that I don't want to play it. Honestly, this newfound fascination with Bushido probably didn't help. Like every waking thought is going towards Blood and Plunder these days, but a good chunk of it is going to Bushido these days. It's the easiest game. It's all in threes. It's all in threes. That's not true. That's not true anymore, Tom. Because the disco ballers are in 4 or something like that. I have a burning desire for their Christmas Village sets. Their sets are just so good. They're so good. The Bang Bombs, yeah. They're in units of 4 and stuff like that. Also, the tag in 012, their ECM is not a unit of 3. I think it's 8 or something like that. Unless they changed that with the new edition. I don't think they did. I don't think they actually changed it. I'm double checking right now, and you can't stop me. It was, what the heck was that thing? I forget what the tag is called. Didn't talk about infinity on the Arachne podcast. Can you please just show me the text? The Zeta. Guided -8. Tom? How strange. That doesn't appear to be a unit of 3. I got your disco balls. You got your disco balls right here, pal. You know what I mean, Frogman? Infinity can be very stressful, yes. Not with the Eastern Shore side of the family. How strange, Mr. Tom. It's almost like that's not the case. And I know. I know better than they do. Alrighty. This guy needs a name. So while we're doing that, we're going to do... Yeah, let's do another spin the wheel. Alright, guys. What's this guy's name? He's a carpenter. Yeah, but range increments. Jimmy John. Alright, Jimmy John. First up. Jimmy John. He's all nationalities, Chris. He works for anybody. He works for who's got the money. You got the money, you got me. And I'm gonna fix your boats. I would guess, like many carpenters, he's probably Dutch. Harold Cooper. Okay. Harold Cooper. Jesus. He was a carpenter. You're absolutely right. He was. He was a carpenter. You're not wrong. He's the everyman. His name is Stinky Pete. Okay? Stinky Pete. I'm glad we could have Stinky Pete and Jesus next to each other. That's class right there. Harold Cooper. I do like Harold Cooper. Alright, so while you guys are doing that, so the one thing that I was not sure of what we were going to do is, since he is a carpenter, and he has a towel on his shoulder, and he's got his protective apron, what gets stained on these? What gets stained on these? You know what I mean? Frogman? What is going to stain it? I'm thinking wood? Big man. Alright, big man. I think we can do that. We got Big Man. We got Stinky Pete. Stinky Pete. So I'm thinking wood stain. Boats commonly had tar, especially on the mast, on the main mast, and the. There's gonna be a little bit of coffee stains. In the middle of a battlefield, he's just like sipping like a mug. Yeah. He's got like a little coffee mug with a handle. So, this is what I was thinking, and I think it's hilarious. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of blood on his apron, and I'm going to put it on his non-hammer thumb, because every time you ever go in there to like bang on a nail, you always nail that thumb at least once every time. He doesn't care if it's stupid. He doesn't care if it's stupid? Big Man? No, Big Man's a great name. I don't think Big Man's stupid. I think Stinky Pete being next to Jesus, I thought that was kind of stupid. But it's fine. How many coffee cans you seen filled with sawdust? It's the rules. Okay, well, what is a sawdust stain? What color is it? Does sawdust stain cloth? To tackle sawdust stains on an apron, shake it off. Okay, so it's like Sawdust doesn't stain. Well, apparently you're wrong, because I'm looking at something right now. I've been using baby formula cans. Sawdust and stains. Well, I don't know how I'm going to put sawdust on a model, but stains for sure. So we're going to use a little bit of typhus corrosion for sure. I have some petroleum brown. We'll use some of that. Maybe for like wood stains. Where's that petroleum brown? Oh, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. There it is. Sweat would build up on his pants. He wipes his hands. Yeah, I don't know how to like necessarily like portray sweat though. I've always wondered about that because my models always look really clean. Because like sailors are not the cleanest people in the world, but like how do you? I don't know how to portray sweat. It'd be like a bleached bone color. It's kind of like a really bright yellow. I'm sort of a carpenter. Do you want me to wear a white shirt and bring it to you Tuesday? No, that's fine. That's okay. I'm just saying, apparently that's what a sawdust stain is. So, there you go. Also, make sure you tell me when Fred's going to bed, Chris, so that I can spin the wheel before he goes, if we don't do it before. What did they replace Griffin Sepia with? They replaced it, Griffin Sepia? I don't know what Griffin Sepia was. I remember Seraphim Sepia. I remember that one. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sawdust doesn't stain. All right. Well, here we go. So we're gonna do a little bit of blood. Okay. We'll spin. Any other name suggestions before we spin for who the man is? Oh, what are the names of the pubas in Venture Brothers? Oh God, what are they called? Tim Tam and oh gosh, what are they called? The little people. Yeah, Kevin, Tim Tom. Yeah, really. Kevin and Tim Tom. All right, gotta have that. All right, Tim Tom, we need you to take care of this kid. Yeah, like with a knife. Jesus. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it got replaced. I don't know what it was replaced with. I get like Devlin Mud, I guess, but I have Sepia washes. Oh, that's true. I guess that would be like sweat, right? I guess that could be kind of like sweat. Yeah, I probably have some. Anyway, let me look at that real quick. Anybody have any other name suggestions before we spin? Yeah, I stopped getting Sepia washes just because I just never used them. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That one episode where the other Venture brother, I forget his name. All of a sudden, the guy Devlin or whatever his name is. Brock wants to hire the pubas to like take care of him. He's like, yeah, and then we can like take his eyes out. Yeah, with a knife. All right, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Snuffler as in like a name? I really like them over silver. It makes a nice gold or bronze. Yes, I agree. I just never did it that way, but I agree. It definitely gave it kind of like a weird rusty bronze type look, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Mr. Carpenter, your name is now... Hooray! Praise the Lord! Real two of a pair, you know? Hallelujah! Then what's this? Then what is this guy's? What is this guy's name? Oh no! Fred has left the basement happy. Thanks. You're welcome, buddy. I'm glad your kid gets so much entertainment. Praise the Lord! Praise Him! Yeah, that's true. That is Buddy Christ. So I brought this to our local store, and there's a the guy that owns our local GameStop is Brazilian, and his dad comes in a lot. And his dad is like the sweetest guy in the world. He's like the nicest guy. We all love him. And he saw me using this model, and he's like, "Ooh, I don't know about that. you might be going to hell for that one." Because he's even walking on water. Oh, God. But that is Buddy Christ. It's true. And then I got the real Christ here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I do agree. I can see your point with the Cephia. I just don't have it. But that's okay. We can rebuild it.
You are helpless
Helpless
against
against my power, X-Men. Oh, look who it is. It's John Adepticon himself. Welcome, Tizzy. By the way, I don't remember it being the case last year, but the queue system, oh my god, so much better. I got all the events I was after, and I walked away so happy. You guys did a fantastic job. So thank you. I guess, yeah, kind of like what Wilmar is hinting at. The mobile version of it might have been a little unstable. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our nice clean towels and our apron, and we're going to cover them in schmuck. You are powerless against me, X-Men. Also, Tizzy, would you like to play Street Fighter tomorrow? Because we're going back to Suplex City tomorrow. Suplex City. Suplex City. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City. I think it was my fault, but yeah, I was on my phone's Wi-Fi and my laptop doing it. Yeah, that's a bit rough. I'm sorry you didn't get any events, man. That does suck. Sure! Yeah, it was great. I couldn't be more like not, I don't want to say forgiving. Forgiving is not the right word. Like more appreciative of how so much less stressful the curve system was this year. Instead of being there, like, I was sitting there with my credit card in my hand. I had all of the event codes, like, listed in a document. Everything was ready, and I was like, this is going to be stressful. It's going to take for effing ever. It's going to be, and then I'm not going to get certain things. Nope. Down the queue. Went right on in, got what I wanted, left. Phenomenal. That was always one of the worst parts of Adepticon, was just trying to get your events before they got taken. And this year, couldn't have been easier. So yes, I appreciate it. Hey, Bagel, if you're a carpenter, what does a tar stain look like? Does it just look black? And of course I'm going to say kind words about the part process, Tizzy. Listen, I call out a lot of stuff that's bad, but I always want to make sure I call out the stuff that's good. But you probably get the yellowish outer ring to black like a grease stain. Okay. So you got into all of the Star Wars events you wanted. Every single one that I could have possibly wanted. I'm in. I'm in like Flynn. Well, Tizzy, here's the problem. I got into all of them. I got into every single event. But while I was in the middle of doing it, a school bus full to the brim. They couldn't even all sit down. There were so many of them. There was too many. There weren't enough seats. Of disadvantaged orphan children came by the house, and they all wanted Star Wars events of their own for Adepticon, and I gave them my events so that they could have them. Okay, so it's just kind of like a yellowish to black. Okay.
You hate to see it, Chuck.
You do, but I wanted to help him out, you know? Oh, so that's kind of like a tar stain right there then. That already works. Oh, that's great. Because I knew that's what you would want, Tizzy. I knew that at Adepticon you would want to hang out with an entire school bus full of disadvantageous orphans. So, you're welcome, buddy. No, I'm not going to be at the Legion table. Do they all live on the school bus? Yeah, they do all live on the school bus. Right. That's one of the disadvantages of their current plight, is the fact that they all live on a school bus. They have affordable housing. How is that? They have affordable housing. How is that a disadvantage? Well, none of them have legs. So, you know, the housing thing is like it's kind of like the least of their worries in a lot of ways. They have affordable housing. So they don't have to buy pants. They must be rolling in money. Well, they bought the tickets. I mean, I gave them the tickets, but then they paid me back for it. I mean, I'm not made of money, Tizzy. I mean, geez. Give me a break. But I gave them my spot in the queue. Okay? And since I only play old people games, you know, old historical games where there's only like 300-year-old men, those events were open still. You should have bought. I should have bought the kids. I don't think you can do that anymore, Tizzy. I think that's against the law. Tizzy, I'm not sure you. Are you? Do you remember what happened in like 1864 or whatever? I think that's. Not according to the soccer. Doc doesn't care about underprivileged kids. Confirmed. Because I didn't buy them? I don't think that's how that works. I don't think I don't know if that's I don't know if any you I don't know if that's how any of this works. You didn't buy them tickets. You didn't buy them tickets to all of the Star Wars events. You know, every ticket that I had, which was one ticket to all Star Wars, I gave them to them. You can't buy people. I know news travels slowly in your homeland, but you should know this. I just told you that. You can't just know that. You cannot Uno reverse that. That's cheating. All right, guys, does that look like a messy apron for a carpenter? With a dirty ass rag. Dirty rag. Oh, that's a dirty rag. It looks too clean. What do you mean it looks too clean? Let me guess, you want me to strip the whole model and do it over again? The edges should be dirty? Okay. Alright. I did try to get the edges, but I agree. They need a little bit more love. Good night, Chris. This is a filthy carpenter. All of the aprons should be dirty. His name is Jesus. That was just established. We just rolled for his name, and his name was Jesus, as per the chat's request. So you best watch who you're talking to.
A little bit of staining here because of like where his hands would be touching. Jesus de Jesus. Say it right. Is he supposed to be Spanish? Well, I start the stream around 7:30 tomorrow. Dizzy, if you want to play Street Fighter. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. I figure maybe we play a couple matches and, do whatever. But I figured I would invite you. Straight out of Toledo? Oh my god. You're from the 9/11 to Toledo? Shit. All these people have very non-stained carpenter aprons. Alright, how's that? It's like patchy. And then after I varnish it, I'll take the blood and I'll put some on his thumb, and a couple drips on the apron. All right, you guys got to tell me when he's good though. I scratched it to try and give it that one spot on the apron that looks more white. All right, thoughts? Apron dirty enough? Was making that little hole in there, like that little spot in the apron, was that a mistake? I got a dirty towel. Do I like it?
I don't know. I don't know what I like anymore, Tizzy. I don't even know who I am anymore. It's for a painting contest. I just want opinions. There we go. Some spots. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. How can you like this? Need to figure out if I have a model that fits this theme so I can try to paint one. What, for the Great Pirate Paint-Off? Well, you have until the end of the month, but if you want to be a part of the raffle, you got to get it in on the 15th, I think it is. But the prize for winning the category, I think you have until end of the month, I think. I just want to be put in for the raffle. Yeah, because it comes with a brush set. I'm like, I could use I could use another brush set. Some of my brushes are getting a little stressed out. Here. Yeah, could you? Could you really? What have I ever done to you? Why do you hate me so much? Yeah, I like that. Like those stains right there, that's perfect. That's really good. I'm a big fan of that. Well, you only need a character and you need a commander for January. And then next month it's a piece of terrain and an oak and iron boat. And then the next one is a unit, which is 4 models from the same unit, or a Port Royal force, which I think is like 6 models. And then it's a boat and then a battle force. Just dropped a bunch of new PR resin pirates and sailor character models for Kai Devane to paint. PR resin pirates. PR? Puerto Rico? PR resin pirates. What does PR mean? Port Royal. Oh, right. Oh, that's right. They did have a pirate set, didn't they? You're entering 4 stormtroopers? Dude, that's sick. I'm really excited to see how you made them like pirate themed. This carpenter, Jesus de Jesus, consider him great pirate painted.
Might co-op some Maroons to serve as Caesar's men crew. They're probably Jamaican privateers, but they'll be pirates when they're done. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's smart. I think the new Maroons would be great for that, actually, to be honest. You probably want the ones that don't have the lances, though, because I don't think very many people bring. I don't know very many people that pay extra for lances. Like lancers are great, but I've never seen them anyway. But the ones with like the machetes and stuff, those they all look good, but. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a painted carpenter right there. Jesus de Jesus. Good luck, man. You're gonna need it. You're gonna get used a lot. I don't think there's any of them with lances. I'd have to check. No, there's 4 of them with lances. Because they got like a Lancero unit coming or something. Okay, some of them have axes. Whatever. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Yeah. There's 4 of them with lances. Pat's game is getting dramatic. Gonna check it out. Alright, man. Have fun. No, they're the new Maroons. They're like the Maroons are getting like a couple different sculpts. Well, there are new Lanceros coming, but those aren't Lanceros as far as I mean. They look like Maroons to me. Well, listen. They were in a bag that said Maroons on it. Okay. So I would assume they are Maroons. I think that's safe to assume. And if I'm incorrect, then I apologize. I was very misled. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Here we go. Well, while you figure out how you think I should answer that question, I'm gonna go varnish this model, and I'm just not gonna engage. When I don't engage, you can't hurt me. Where the heck did my spray go? That's annoying. We're not going to pick puppies. I'm just looking for the spray. Oh, there it is.
Misled. Misled. You shouldn't. That's what I said. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Ahaha. Misled is a good name. By the way, I'm appalled that the price is being charged for painting seminars. That's how much they always are. Thankfully, I was talking to Kara about this today, actually. She's like, yeah, I really want to try out these painting classes, but I don't want to pay $60. I'm like, yeah, that's how they get you. And it's like, I understand if you yeah, 280s. Yeah, I know. And the thing is like, I don't even know how much of that is, like if you're going there to do the class and then they like give you something, you know, they're like, hey, here's like a bust or whatever. Then, you know, that's like one thing. But even then, it's like, I know those busts and stuff cost them like nothing to print, you know. And whatever. I don't know. There's a difference between, I think, painters who are like doing it to like make money, I guess. Like, I know they got to make a living or whatever, right? But, I don't know, painting seminar at Adepticon, I'm not sure that's the one, but people buy them, so yeah. You see that's not so bad. It's like when you're going there and it's like, yeah, you're buying and you get like a thing. That's better. I don't agree with it personally, but whatever. 5 dry brushes, whatever. Yeah, it's despicable. I don't agree with it, but I get it. I understand it, but I don't like it. People gotta make a living or something, like whatever, you know, whatever. Nobody asked me. All right, the only things we really gotta finish before I leave for Florida is some Bushido models. We gotta finish Mr. Saki, and we gotta, or Mr. Did I say Mrs. or Mr.? Mr. I gotta finish Misaki, and I gotta finish Yokozuna. The brush is about to throw away. The brush I'm about to throw away. What's usually the crappiest brush in the color? Yeah, I got plenty of those. I mean, I have a nice dry brush set. Like, you know, I got nice dry brushes. But, you know, this is like for specific stuff. You know, I agree. I mostly just use bad brushes. Listen, if you want me to have a bad opinion about it, you got it. I don't like it, but these people are trying, you know, they make a living doing painting, you know. Some of these painters, that's all they do. They don't have a day job. They just paint, and that's how they make their money. Great. If this is how they make their living, then good for them. But I know I don't want to live that kind of life. A makeup brush, yeah. I got one of those right here somewhere. Yeah, this. The old applicator. Like I said, I don't have a lot of positives to say about it. If somebody wants to go there and they think they'll learn something great, I took painting classes at Gen Con one year, and it was fine. I didn't pay no $80, but I learned some stuff. You know, whatever. It's fine. Because Kara was asking me, she's like, do you think a painting class is worth it? And I said, for me, no. Because, like, I kind of have my style. And if I wanted to learn something new, I would probably just kind of fail until I got it. Like, that's my thought process. Hey, is the instructor hot? Is the instructor hot streamer? Am I a simp? Do I have a spare $280? Fine. Hey, man, at least if you pay a new subscriber, Dominic Estes on YouTube? Thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. Welcome. Pull up a chair. Hang out with us as we talk about the weird prices for painting seminars. The way I see it is, like, I could probably tell you exactly what they're going to tell you in that seminar, but I'm on the other side of the internet, where the one advantage you have with them is that you do get to, like, be and $280. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. I'm just saying that I think their thought process and 5 driver. All right, guys. I got you. There's nothing I could say. I can't help you. Nobody can help you. Hey, if there's one person that might care, it would be Tizzy. Miguel. I'll tell you that right now. If there's anyone in the world that cares about what you're talking about right now, it is that man right there. I'm just trying to process it. This is the way I see it, is there's somebody out there who that speaks to them. Like, that's just something they want to do. If they were going to get those dry brushes and they get to hang out with whoever the hell it is and they really like that person, then great. It's just there's no value in it for some people, but that's not who that's for. That's for people who find value. Okay. For the love of Christ, don't do that. Of all the people to say that to, don't say it to him. Alright, I would like to express the fact that I do have a mute button on my thing. So you two had better keep it civil. I know, you've been very civil. I just want to express that opinion. Like I'm saying, it's for somebody, it's just not for us. And that's fine. Like last year, Jay Harris, who is I think he's been in here like once or twice. He took a bunch of painting classes at the last Adepticon, and he said that ultimately it wasn't for him, but he realizes why people do it. And it's not, you're not paying for the class as much as you are just like you want to be in the room as the person where you can like ask them questions. That's like what you're paying for. The class itself is kind of just like, it's kind of whatever, right? Whatever they're talking about. I mean, like me, like you could just like sidetrack them. I can only pay. You're paying for the dry brush, which is fine. Whatever. Capitalism gonna capitalism. All right, I'm gonna let you finish your next little rant here. listen, something I have said ad nauseum on this stream and otherwise is that I do believe that there are a lot of people out there whose main goal in this hobby is to come up with reasons to not hobby. And I have been very vocal on the idea that there are people out there who will buy models, they will build them, and they will have a great time building them. But then what they will do is they're going to say like, oh, I want to do this particular paint style or whatever. I need these 5 mystical items that are all very expensive, and I can't start until I get all 5 of them. And then once the 5 rings are brought together and bind it in the darkness or whatever, then I'll finally paint my models. And I believe ultimately $180 dry brushes are one of those kinds of things. I'm good. I'm just making sure we're not glossing over the fact that 200 does include. That's good to know. Yes, I am aware. But I do, in all honesty, think that there are a lot of things in the hobby where somebody won't... There's people out there who, no matter what they buy, they're not going to paint or whatever. But I do think that there's a very significant portion of the hobby that where people need the next big thing or whatever that would be before they'll finally start painting. And by the time they get it, they're like, they already start a new army or whatever, right? Like, I hope I'm not the only one that sees that, but I see it. I used to see it all the time. Not so much anymore, just because the group of people I'm with are actually pretty significant when it comes to like getting hobby things done. But that was for sure something I saw, at least when I was still going to Alpha Omega a lot. The mental game of painting, $58, a bargain. Kara actually thought about taking that class. Unfortunately, I approach it from a very southern standpoint of like, you want to know what the mental game of painting is? You got to put your ass in the chair and you got to paint. You got to do it. Like, momentum builds... what's the right word? Like, excitement doesn't build momentum. Momentum builds excitement. And you can't just instantly want to, like, paint an entire army as soon as you sit down. That's not how it works. You got to peck away at it. And that is, I believe, that is the mental game in painting, at least in my opinion. I do think that if you look at what somebody does, roughly speaking on a weekly basis, you will see where their priorities are. If somebody sits down and paints for long periods of time, their priorities are getting their models painted or whatever. And this is a game, like this isn't like something people need to like survive in this world. Like if you spend most of your day taking care of your kids are your priority, which is a good thing. That's exactly where your priority should be. But I do think that what people do on a daily basis does dictate what their values are. And if it includes doing whatever and, and not painting models or whatever, that just goes to show you what their priorities are. Making you uncomfortable. $87. Where should we send you the $58? I don't want your money. That's a painting class. Making you uncomfortable. I mean, I think that... Okay, so let me tell you a secret to my painting. Everybody's like, yeah, Dylan, you're such a great painter. I thought I was a god-awful painter because I never had a breakthrough until after I got out of Cairo school. And I finally did stuff that made me uncomfortable, and oh my god... That was when I had my breakthrough. And if that never happened, I would not be where I am now. So I do think that, unfortunately, I don't know what that class is. I don't know what that class entails, but I do think the point to it is you do need to become uncomfortable. Human growth happens in the discomfort zone. But I agree. I don't understand why that has to be a class. But again, that's how some people learn. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just because it comes simple to us doesn't mean it comes simple to somebody else. And that's something that I've tried to remember as I get older. You know, here's the thing. If there wasn't a demand, there wouldn't be a supply. And those painting classes are notorious for selling out. So somebody's buying them. And if they're selling out, that means that more people would buy it if they could. $262. I do think that artist opus brushes are probably way too expensive, but I don't know. Some people really like it. Some people really like the dry brush thing. I don't understand. I do think that dry brushing for OSL, that was actually... So here's the thing. I heard about doing dry brushing to do OSL. I retract all previous statements. I didn't realize it was a masterclass. I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea. Let me try it. And I just kind of tried it and piddled around. It actually really works. But again, that class is for people who can't do that on their own. And I know I'll never be able to convince you that it's fine that it exists or whatever, but I think it's fine. You know, as long as it's like not breaking somebody's bank open in half and, you know, they enjoy it, like, oof, who cares? Wait a minute. Nico, you don't even paint your own models. What are you worried about what people are doing with their own time? Don't you hire the local like college kid so he can like buy alcohol or whatever? I'm responsible with my money. 262 gets a lot of models painted. I mean, what? I charge... What do we usually charge? 35 bucks? I charge 35 bucks a model. How many models is that? That's like... 3, 6, 9... What, 260's like 13, 14 of them? I've thought about it. I don't want to. Wait, I'm way over. 262. Oh, I'm sorry. I doubled it. What am I doing? It's like eight models? Yeah, 8, 7, 8. God, I'm dumb. No, I shouldn't be teaching it at Adepticon. I don't want anybody to come anywhere near my math. Don't get hurt. Well, nobody wants to come to a class by me. I haven't won any, like, you know, golden demons or whatever the hell other thing. I don't have a Slayer sword or whatever. I don't really have much of a following. I mean, it's mostly just people I know. I mean, I love you guys. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore you guys, but my painting classes are not, or my painting streams are not popular enough to have an Adepticon class. $35? $35 is like, you literally rob me with how much I do. But I don't have a time limit. But I doubt my guys are painting the same level for yeah, for sure. That I don't know. I mean, I figure, what does Kai do? He probably does like. Does he do traditional painting, or does he do like a speed paint and then like a highlight? Like if I was doing army painting, that would be the way to do it. Is I would have Kara do all the speed painting or whatever while I did all the details and highlights. $35 per model for each model of the leader model class. Yeah, right. Well, even then, that's pretty crazy cheap, in all honesty. Realistically speaking, I should probably charge. Oh, for sure. Oh, that I have no doubt. But like, if I were to be honest, like if I were trying to make a living out of this, I would probably charge like 15 to 20 bucks an hour. Each model probably take me like 3 to 4 hours if you wanted them all like, you know, like my base level or whatever, right? So that would make each model, you know, give or take about like twice that. It'd probably come out to like 50 a model. And that's not including like basing. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and there's something to be said about that, for sure. I mean, when you're talking business, like even like as a landlord, I think it's worth it to like have somebody pay under market, but you know that they're going to just stay there and they're a good tenant kind of thing. Yeah, and I agree. Like their speed and stuff like that, because they do seem to like constantly be doing stuff. Like, you know, I get distracted. Yeah, I think they look good. I will say by comparison, their Napoleonics are significantly better than most people's, yes. I really wish I could paint my Napoleonics. Because, I mean, even if you just think about the most basic of stuff, right? You know, in either case, these character models will free up some regular standard models for me as I explore 3D client ship lists. You know, it's like the amount of, like, just crazy brightness you can get on Napoleonic models is actually kind of just stunning. I mean, there's so much whites and blues and just really cool colors that you don't get to see in very many, like, army games. I think it's super neat, personally. I think it's one of the coolest things to paint, but I also paint a lot brighter than most other people. So, you know, it's like... Also, Piggy. You got a little Piggy. But you figure... If somebody's willing to do something that requires, like, that much, like, bright color... I mean, that's its weight in gold, in all honesty. You know what? Let's do something. Let's do something kind of cool here with this umbrella. I kind of made a little pattern in there, almost by mistake. What if we do like a swirl? We'll do like some green over here on this other side, and we'll kind of go through the other color. The synthwave thing will get you for infinity. That's kind of become popular all of a sudden. Like, why do you care? You just gotta chill, man. You gotta chill. It hurts my soul. It's like watching a violent felony. I think that might be a bit of an over dramatic reaction to it. I did a little rose tattoo. Because she's a rose. The little rose, do you see that, guys? Do you see a little rose tattoo? That's what they call freehand points.
That artist is hitting these attendees over the head with a dry brush kit and robbing them. Why?
I don't understand. But that's the thing is, like, he's not... I doubt he's getting much out of it, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think they do these classes to make money, man. That's what I'm telling you.
Like, I'm sure there's a little bit of that. Like, I'm not stupid.
You know, they're trying to make money. They're trying to make a living, but...
Like, you don't make money... You don't make the money at the con. Like, you take the class and then people are like, wow, you know, Angel's like a really nice guy or whatever. I'm going to sign up for his Patreon or whatever, you know? Like, that's where the money's at. It's not in the class. They're not making any money off of that class. You kidding me? You figure they go all the way out there and maybe they make a couple, like, maybe they make a couple $100. Like, that's nothing. That's nothing. If the con is paying for their room, which they might be, is that worth the flight? Like, the flight, that probably pays for the flight.
To and from.
Well, if $180 of that is going to the company selling the airbrush, you figure how many people can. What's the size of the class?
What is the size of the class?
And how many times are they teaching it? You see, you're skimping on my argument on this. It doesn't matter because you know I'm right. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's way more to this than just selling a dry brush. It's not. You're focusing on the wrong things. And you don't have to answer this, Tizzy, but does the con pay for their hotels and stuff if you're doing the events? Because I know that if you're running an event, I know you like there's something you could do with the hotel or whatever, or you get a discount on the room or whatever. But like, don't they have to do a certain number of classes? So like, is Angel going? Because like Angel's always going, right? He's always like teaching a class about whatever the fuck it is. He's like probably airbrush class or whatever. You know what? I'll just look it up. I guess we're done painting. We got to talk about the economics of painting prosperity. How many? And you figure Angel's been painting. What? He might have been painting probably the same amount of time as me. I mean, he's been painting probably for like almost 20 years. If he makes a couple $100, then great. That's what I'm saying, but it's not worth it to them. Adepticon is not some like get-rich Ponzi scheme. It's them going there and let's just say worst case scenario, the painter. Yeah, no, I know. Obviously. I know, obviously. But good point. It takes something like 5-10 minutes. All right, he's hopeless. There's no dealing with this man. Okay, how many is Angel going? Is that a person that's teaching a class? Just out of curiosity. It's already switched over. I don't want to register. I'm already registered. You're not sure? Okay. Okay. I can't look up the schedule. Oh, event schedule. Oop, I found it. Okay. I stand corrected. I did find it. Okay. Who's a popular? Is Angel gonna be in this? No, Angel is not. How do you spell his name? Is it Goreldes? Alfonso Goreldes. Alfonso Goreldes? Is that like his brother?
Is Miniac doing one? No. We know, Nigel. We understand. Event type. Is it a seminar? Okay. Do I recognize any of these painters? Miles David. Little Legends painting studio. One of the very few people I have ever paid money to go into his Patreon because he's a really obnoxiously good Blood Angel paint player. He's phenomenal. I love him. I don't know him personally, but I love his paint style. I'm not entertaining. What was the last thing we're talking about before we leave? So, this is something I'm curious about. So, I am the one who knocks painting Walter White 4-hour bust painting and coloring script workshop. I know that Miles is a fantastic painter. $115. Okay? So this is all I care about. Is he's teaching this class how many times? Okay, so he's teaching 4 classes. Only one of them is filled, mind you. And each one is, I think, $115 for 130, 115 for a roughly 4-hour class. Okay, so you figure how many people can get in these things. Six spots left. I don't actually know if it tells you how many people can get in these things. Okay, it doesn't actually tell you how many people can be in these things. I'm just going to say 10. So you figure 10, he makes like, what, $1,000 off of it? How much of that has to go to the con? Because there's no way he gets all of it. And how much of it has to go towards all of the supplies that have to go towards it? The point I'm making, he's going to make money off of it. Of that, I have no doubt. But the amount of money off of it is not worth him flying over from Britain. The guy lives in the UK. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's like they're not charging you this money to, like, go buy a Ferrari. They're doing it, and let's just say from a marketing standpoint, from like a business standpoint, Adepticon is not where the money's made. You go there, and what you do is you give a good service and a good product, and people are like, wow, I think Miles is a real stand-up guy. His class was interesting. He's a really good painter, because he probably is going to show off a portfolio or something. That's what you do. And they're like, let me sign up for his Patreon. Now he gets I think it's like $15 to $30 a month or whatever, because he had different tiers or whatever. That's where the money is. It's not Adepticon. Adepticon is I'm not even going to say tool. It's not even a tool. It is a way for them to get their name out into the world. Correct. $262 for a set of dry brushes that cost $180. That's another discussion in itself. Do I think that Artis Opal brushes should cost $180? No, I don't think they should. But people will pay for it. And if they enjoy it, who cares? Whatever. I've bought plenty of stupider things for way more money than that. And so if they want to spend $180, if you just take the $180 out of the $280 or whatever, right? They're paying about $100 for what? 4 hours of instruction? That's $20 an hour to have like a master painter in the same room. Are they necessarily paying 100% attention to you the entire time if there's 10 people in the room? No. I probably dodged twice. That's fair. Correct. So you figure it's not, it's like $20 an hour. Like, whatever. I don't see a problem in it. I agree. And as I said before, I wouldn't pay $280 for it. But the class is not for me. It's for somebody who's sitting there and they think to themselves, I'm not a very good painter because I'm a house dad and I don't have time to paint all day and I need something to kind of get the juices flowing, and Miles just happens to be like, oh, I'm going to take his class on how to paint a Walter White bust. Like, Okay. Whatever. Who cares? But at least I recognize I was wrong. No. I am going to put my foot down on this one. And I think the painting seminars are fine. And I say that fully as somebody who gets nothing out of them. And I 100% realize that everybody's at different levels. And if you take a little class about, I don't know, how to like paint blue, and you paint blue for 4 hours and you walk out of it and you learn something, great. They're thinking I haven't been robbed this convention. Oh, look at painting glass blue drivers. Okay, well that's where we're gonna end that conversation because there is no discussion in this. Me and Tizzy agree, which is all that matters, because me and Tizzy are hobby-minded, community-forward members of society. I am out before I say something. Yeah, I know. That's why I said what I said earlier about keeping it civil. I love you, Tizzy. Also, and if you want to play Street Fighter tomorrow, please do. Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap up stream anyway. On that highlight of a discussion. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, guys. We will be doing some Street Fighter tomorrow. We'll probably do some painting in between. I gotta go to the dentist. To clean my chompers. Who are we gonna raid? Steve's. Oh, Dr. Faust. I love Dr. Faust. Actually, very fitting with our conversation. Dr. Faust was the guy that I watched to train me. Anyway, guys, I love you. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And, keep painting. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. What am I looking for? Looking for this. I'll see you guys later. Bye!